The explosion of Mount Vesuvius at Pompeii is one of the most dramatic things that have happened in all of human history.
And we all think we know the story. Volcanic eruption, thousands of people vaporized in an instant. No one survives.
But recently, we talked to this historian, Stephen Tuck, who said maybe that's all wrong. Maybe people survived.
Hey, I'm Sarah.
Hey, I'm Latif.
And we recently did a podcast episode about this, one of our most popular episodes of last year.
People loved how it transported them. They said they felt like they were escaping the volcano themselves.
Now, we at Radiolab love to do experiments.
And we wondered, could we recreate that experience for YouTube with visuals, but crucially without getting in the way of your imagination?
So we decided to partner with artist Lynda Boström to try it out.
We're going to play you that clip.
You'll hear Miami University historian Stephen Tuck explain the chaos of Pompeii to the two of us.
We're so honored that this experiment is taking place as part of IMI Fest,
simultaneously premiering locally in Austin and globally on YouTube.
After the incredible work of Grady and the rest of the team at Practical Engineering, check them out.
And thank you again, IMI Fest.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, you're listening?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You're listening to Radiolab.
Radiolab.
From
WNYC.
See?
Yep.
Pompeii is a city right along the coast of the Bay of Naples. It's a beautiful location. I sound like a real estate agent, but it's a gorgeous location down there in southern Italy along the coast.
If you don't mind volcanoes, it's great.
It keeps the property values down.
Okay, so this is 79 AD.
On August 24th in the morning, there were earthquakes, but these were a common occurrence.
So no one really paid attention to them. Probably just felt like a normal day.
Right.
If I were to walk down the street in Pompeii, the main drag, what would I have seen?
You would have seen a long street with two lanes. Many of the shops, the wine bars, people take over the sidewalk and part of the street as they're all crowded out there. And it's a very densely populated, very lively place.
In the backdrop of all this, less than 10 miles northwest of the city, sat a large, green, cone-shaped mountain. And on this day, at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, if you were taking maybe a midday break, having some fish, some wine with friends at a sidewalk cafe, and happened to glance up at this mountain, you'd have seen the top of it just explode.
It's just pulverized and blown straight into the air.
This massive dark column of rock and gas
rising up about 20 miles into the atmosphere.
Towering over Pompeii, higher than modern airplanes fly.
Oh my God.
So high, in fact.
It takes several hours for that material to rain down fully.
So most of it at this point is just hanging out up there in the air.
Huh.
Which means
if people looked at that and then said, I think it's time to leave, they would have 3-4 hours to get out.
just imagine, maybe you were out running around town doing something.
Your family's at home.
You'd have to get home first, but the sky is rapidly darkening. The earth is shaking.
You're trying to get through the chaos with the earthquake.
Push your way through the people, the animals, the carts.
Trying to make it home and gather your family before you go.
When you finally reach your house, maybe someone's missing. Maybe you have a sick relative who can't move so easily. You have no idea how much time you have. Who knows? There's a million ways this could play out.
Yeah.
But when archaeologists dug up some of the houses in Pompeii, they discovered a clue.
Every house would have at least a small shrine to the household gods.
A little hollowed-out alcove in the wall where they keep these little statues.
They're mostly bronze figurines.
And the members of the household would pray at the shrine. And when archaeologists uncovered these homes, they noticed
all the household shrines are empty.
All these little statues are gone.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, it means that people were trying to just grab whatever was grabbable and get out of there. So in those 3 hours, you can imagine that people were out of their houses, maybe on foot or on horseback, dragging carts behind them, just trying to make their way through the crowded, chaotic streets. And the volcano, remember, is to the north, so you kind of can assume most people are trying to go south, towards the southern city gates.
Get a move on, people. No time to waste here.
But
that material
That tall column of debris that's been hanging in the air?
starts to collapse. And because of the prevailing winds coming from the northwest, it collapses towards the south, pushed over like a Jenga tower.
Directly on top of the city of Pompeii.
The ash is filling the air. It's hard to breathe. You can't see anything. And then this pumice stone starts coming down. And then heavier volcanic glassy stones. And they're like missiles.
So all this stuff kind of rains down. The streets fill up, become impossible to move through. And a lot of those people who did try to flee,
If you map the human remains that have been discovered, the vast majority of them are clustered around the gates.
they got caught in a traffic jam. And years later, recovered from their bodies were the little bronze statues of household gods.
Huh.
Okay, but Pompeii, it's a coastal city, right? Like maybe a bunch of people left by sea. Because, if it was me, I would try to get on a boat.
Why would you try to get on a boat?
I would assume that I could get farther away more quickly on a ship.
Yeah.
And if I don't know what's going on, the very least I know is that the problem is on land.
Well, maybe.
Oh, God.
So imagine there's a volcano. Imagine there's also earthquakes. So there are tsunamis happening here.
Oh.
And those, they're disastrous.
So this is not a calm sea.
And unless somebody left early or timed it perfectly so that they could flow out of the Bay of Naples with those waves going out, once those waves come back in, there's no sailing against them. They would be trapped.
Okay. Maybe not by sea then.
Maybe not. Anyway, things just get worse from there. By dusk, the ash and rock have built up so much that it was impossible to leave.
Some people took refuge in their houses, but the volcanic material came down and the roofs collapsed.
Those who managed to escape the collapsed roofs make their way through the darkness and the heat and the falling missiles and
Took refuge in public buildings and in low areas like cellars.
it was around this time that the second phase of the eruption began with these pulses of super hot volcanic gas.
Estimates between 300 and 600 degrees.
That's Celsius, which is 500 to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So hot that in one case in Herculaneum,
They found evidence of gray matter that had been turned to glass.
What?
it got so hot that someone's brain turned to glass.
What?
Yeah. And these gases rolled down the mountain into the city.
And they're heavier than air. And they displace the oxygen starting at the ground and moving up. So the people who are taking refuge in cellars or downstairs in houses are all asphyxiated. There's no way around that. You can't escape that.
Wow. I know Stephen Tuck set out to find people who survived, but all I'm hearing is the 6 million ways that they could have died. Now, contrary to what you just heard, the episode does go on to talk about the people who seemingly miraculously did survive Pompeii, as well as historian Stephen Tuck's odyssey to try to find them.
Check it out. The episode is called A Little Pompeian Fish Sauce Goes a Long Way.
The title will make sense when you listen.
Episode is linked in the description. Now back to Austin for the IMI Fest and the live stream of the festival from their YouTube channel. Thank you.